Now get this, how much time do we spend living somebody else's dream? I want you to really think about that, because we have so many activities that we're involved in that actually are based on something that somebody else created. We work for somebody else most of the time. It's their dream to have that company, we're working for them. But how much time are we spending creating success for ourselves? We want to stop seeing success only in other people and living their dreams. We want to start living the life of our own dreams and start sharing that with the humanity, because that is ultimately what makes your life worthwhile. So today we're going to get into this concept. Hopefully you'll pay attention, so let's get right into it. Alright, brothers and sisters, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about a concept that we're all familiar with, maybe unconsciously, but we all see people out there in the world, if we look around us, that are having great results that we call successful. We're like, he or she is a successful person. They really have it going for them. They must be born under a lucky star. They are so lucky, man, everything works out for them. I wish it was for me as well. Well, that's an interesting point to make, because that's something that most people do. I'm sure you know people like that. Maybe you're doing it yourself. I hope not, but if you do, it's okay. It's not a bad thing. But what you want to realize is that you yourself can also become successful. So instead of only seeing it in other people, we want to start discovering the power of success within ourselves. Now, this is a fascinating concept to me. It was once described to me as making yourself the star of your own movie. And as I wrote in one of my books, your movie is your life. So what sort of life are you living? And are you playing a starring role in your own life? Or you're like a side character of your own existence? We mean by that, are you standing at the sidelines of life and just looking at how others are living a good life while you yourself wished you could have a great life? Now this is very, very interesting, because it comes down to how we are spending our times throughout our days. Are we spending it working on our own dreams? Or are we spending our times enjoying other people's creations, living somebody else's dream? Now, with that we mean, are you spending your time, for example, watching mindless content on the internet that is pretty much, you could say, wasting your time? But it's not entirely wasting, because it's good to be entertained, it's good to have fun, it's good to watch stuff that you enjoy. But most people, they spend so much time doing that there's no time left for them to build a great life for themselves, and they wonder, why is my life not improving? Well, for those people, it's not improving because they don't spend any time working on their dreams. It's pretty simple if you think about it. But this is what most people do. I was guilty of this when growing up. To this day, I mean, I watch stuff that might not be inspirational to me personally, but just entertaining. That's alright. You can do the same. But how much time are we actually spending in those activities? Because the amount of time that we spend on those activities might as well be a detriment for us creating the life of our own dreams. So we want to stop seeing success only in other people. We want to stop living other people's dreams, because people all have their own individual dreams, and we can watch it, we can enjoy what they create, we can buy their products. We're helping them achieve their dreams. But you also want your dreams to become a reality for you. So then you need people to support you in what you are doing. Now, where do you start? This is always a good question. Where did we start? Well, we start by carefully realizing that you yourself have the power of success within your consciousness to give yourself a starring role in your own movie. And your movie, again, will be your life. So that way, you won't just be watching other people live a great life. You yourself are in the position to build a great life for yourself and share that with others, so that they can benefit from watching what you do and what you're giving to the world. Once you are living from that foundation, well, then you're not just seeing success in other people will see success in you as well. Isn't that what you want? We don't want to be failures in life. We don't want to feel like we're wasting our time. So let us decide that we're going to stop wasting it then. And how will we stop wasting it? By doing something that is meaningful to us, by creating stuff, by dedicating our time to something that we are passionate about ourselves, so we have something to share with the world in our own individual, unique way. Now again, where do you actually start? Well, we start by clearly analyzing throughout our lives what we love to do. This is a huge question. It's something I sometimes ask people, like, they feel like they're a bit stuck. They want to improve their lives and they're like, "Oh, I really got to work on this. I really got to think about this, Renew. I don't know where to start. I want to improve this, that, and the other." They have all sorts of little things that they would want to improve. But that clear, definite purpose for their existence isn't like figured out yet. Like, this is what we usually are supposed to do when growing up as children. We're supposed to figure out what we want to dedicate our lives to. But the school system is also built in such a way that we are sort of directed beforehand towards certain preconceived ideas and activities which might not be in harmony with what you would really want on a soul level or a soul essence. Because the work that I'm doing right now, I didn't go to college for that. I just sought out mentors and teachers in my own time that could teach me what I'm sharing with you right now. However, when I was still in school, I was actually going to college, a degree. I mean, it was created in such a way that I would basically be trained to just work a normal job. But I knew I didn't want to do that. So I had to start thinking about what I really wanted to do with my life. And once you start thinking about what you really want to do with your life, well, that puts you in a position to create such a life for yourself. The issue here is that most people don't spend the time to even figure that out. They're like, I want a better life, but they have no idea what that better life would mean. People we see that are successful in this world, where we're like, they're living a great life, they're clearly successful, but they figured it out. You just gotta understand, these people figured it out either consciously or unconsciously. They were led there, because many people who are successful become so subconsciously. What I mean by that is that they might not have all the ideas and information concerning consciousness and the workings of their own minds as I describe or others. So for them it's perhaps a little tricky to explain how they actually became successful, because they would condense into, well, I just worked on a goal and I never gave up. Well, that is one of the things you want to do for your own goals, obviously, but it still doesn't explain how did they become successful. How are they living such a great life? Well, let's go back again. What is a great life? What's a great life mean to you? You have ideas of that. I have ideas about it. Your friends, family have ideas about it. We all have a different idea of what success means to us, what a great life would mean to us. And it's up to us to figure it out. We gotta start taking this serious. You gotta start thinking about where you really want to go with your life, what your life is going to be all about. You want to find that main definite purpose for your existence, quite literally. Because if you have a definite purpose for why you feel that you exist right now in this moment of time, you can build all sorts of activities and goals around that purpose that will then help you to create a greater and greater life for yourself and share that greater and greater life with other people. Again, by doing this, you're not just seeing success in other people, you're starting to see the possibility of success for yourself in your own life. Now, another thing we want to understand concerning this whole thing of success is, as the quote said, success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That was phrased by Earl Nightingale a long time ago, by now. But it's a good point, because everything that we want ultimately is a process of growth. So another way of saying that is, you might have huge dreams that you would really love to achieve. You might have a big vision for your life, because once you start thinking about what you really want, odds are you're going to have some wild ideas going into your consciousness. They're flying into your consciousness. You realize, man, I want my life to be like this, but compared to how I'm living right now, there's no way I could live that way. I don't have the resources, I don't know the people, I'm not in the position to really act on that dream. As I wrote in the book, there are always aspects to your dream, to your vision, that you can act upon, even from your current circumstances. Now, the activities might seem small and insignificant to you, but what you want to understand is, by acting on those smaller aspects already, you're in a process of growth. You're growing towards that bigger picture, that bigger dream for yourself and your life. For me, a simple example is, if I want to build a YouTube channel and I'm like, oh, I would love to have like a huge amount of subscribers, for example. If we start with that premise, okay? Should I wait before making videos until I have them? Or is it alright to make videos even if they get 10 views? Even though that's not what I dream of having for this channel, obviously. But I realize, I gotta put in the work. I gotta start somewhere. It's a process of growth. So the more you work on something, the more it can actually grow. At least you put yourself in a position that it could grow. That's important to remember. So you don't want to be intimidated by the size of your own dreams. You want to start realizing, okay, what sort of aspects of my dream could I execute already, even though it's not on the level that I want it to be? Because by analyzing your vision clearly in your consciousness, you will start to see parts of that dream of yours that you can start executing and then sharing with the world. And as you're doing that to other people, you are essentially progressively growing towards a worthy ideal. Progressive means a consistent growing towards it, not going up and down, up and down, up and down, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. Have you seen how many people do that? They have this goal, they're like excited about it, they work on it for a little bit, and then they quit entirely. I've seen this happen many times with people that contacted me. People who had dreams, goals, they said that they wanted to achieve. I'm like, yeah, go for it. And then they quit after maybe a week or a month. Taking a break temporarily from your work. Well, that's not a big deal. As long as you get back on track. If you were serious about what you wanted, you should go back on track eventually. But many people actually quit entirely. Why? Because they don't see the results that they want fast enough. So they start again to doubt in themselves. They again start to feel that other people, it's not for them, it's not for me, but other people, I guess they're lucky. But it's not just about luck. Yeah, some things might be given to luck, where it's like, okay, that was such a coincidence, or that was just so bizarre how that all came together for him or her. But we shouldn't stop at the idea of luck alone. We want to keep working on our own dreams, so that eventually other people can see success in us, and we can hopefully inspire them to do better. And that is how the whole world starts to be lifted up towards a higher degree of success and happiness and fulfillment for everyone involved on this planet. It's a beautiful concept. So again, the third part of this whole video is again understanding that success is always a process of growth. Even though some other people we see out there are huge success, they started somewhere and they started growing towards what they wanted. They first made sure they knew exactly where they wanted to go with their lives. Do you know exactly where you want to go with your life? Figure it out if you don't. Take the time. Don't be intimidated by your own dreams, because it can become a huge inspiration for you in your life, where every day you start waking up and you're like, I'm gonna go work towards this dream that I finally became conscious of. I finally know what I want for my own unique individual existence. And then start working towards it with the awareness that it's a matter of growth. And you'll get there eventually if you keep working on it. Now, as I said briefly, there's many people on this planet who are highly successful, but they can't articulate why they are. And that is not a bad thing. I mean, good for them, right? They're at least enjoying their lives. However, this is information where you might notice a certain repetitive part to it, to everything that I'm saying throughout every video. And there's a good reason for this, because if we go throughout our lives in society as a whole, we can figure out many things together. Let's just say you want to take a flight somewhere and you've never done it, right? Well, it's very easy to go outside and ask someone, like, how do I take a flight somewhere? Like, I've never been on an airplane, for example. I've never been to an airport, let's just pretend. And you're like, how the hell does this work? You're like, I don't know. So you go outside and you ask people and they're like, oh, you just do this or that, because most people know. With very trivial things, we all know how it works. But if we go outside and we ask people, how do I become successful? How can I live the life of my dreams? Well, the odds are that most people can't tell you. You see, I've tried this out before in the past. I would go outside, stop random people, and I asked them, can I ask you a question? They were like, sure. And I'm like, how do you become successful? Is success a matter of being lucky, of being purely lucky? Or is it something that we can create for ourselves? And most people, I kid you not, actually everyone that I talked to in that experiment, they all said, they were all like, oh, success is, I think it's a matter of just being lucky in life. So basically what they were saying is, odds are of being successful in this world, well, probably not going to happen for me, for them, for anyone. That's ridiculous. And that's why there's so much repetitive stuff in these videos, because we have to keep reminding ourselves that yes, we have the power to become successful by willingly and consciously directing our imagination. It's that power that gives you the ability to create a whole new reality for yourself. And the fact that we're surrounded everywhere with so much doubts, worries, and limiting ideas, now that is the issue. And that's why a student of this material shouldn't be bothered by the fact that a lot of points are repeated, because that's how you learn. Repetition is a part of learning. I mean, if you don't repeat something often enough, you don't learn. Another thing you want to understand with videos like this is that you don't want to study it like how school taught you to study stuff. You don't want to memorize my points. You want to memorize them, but you want to apply them. It's the application of good ideas that will really make a difference in your world. So what is the good idea within this video? Well, the good idea, again, is that you can become a star of your own movie, meaning you can become a star in your own reality. You put yourself in a starring role. How? By building a vision of what you want, by having a clear idea of where you want to go. It doesn't matter how huge your dream is. It only matters that you have a dream to begin with, because that again gives you direction for your life. It gives you an idea of where all your energy and resources should be directed towards, so that you can build that life for yourself and be of greater service to humanity. Then you're going to live a successful life in your own unique way. It's a beautiful concept again. It's so beautiful. And the fact is, most people don't understand how to become successful because they've never studied their consciousness. So the benefit to you listening to videos like this is that you're becoming aware. I'm trying to raise your awareness. I'm trying to build a bigger awareness within your consciousness, so you start to realize on a daily basis, whenever you catch yourself doubting and worrying about your own dreams and goals in life, oh, wait a minute. I remember that I have an imagination, and if I am doubting, if I'm worrying, you start to realize you're using your imagination against yourself. You see, those doubts, worries, and fears are projections of your own imagination, thinking and imagining limiting ideas for yourself and your reality. But you can stop doing that. You can also direct your imagination to possibilities. And there's a lot of possibilities, a huge amount of possibilities open to you. But we ourselves gotta direct our minds towards those possibilities instead of all those limiting ideas that are holding us back. So you are in the process of learning how to become successful consciously. So you're not unconsciously hoping for things to work out. No, you're working with a process where, first you build a vision, because every successful person has a vision, whether they admit that or not. Some don't recognize it. I've heard this before as well, where you see successful people and they actually say that they don't really understand why they're so successful. And if people ask them, did you ever dream of being as successful as you are? They might literally say, no, I never dreamed of that. But I guess what they're forgetting to say is, but I did figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I just dedicated my time to it, because anything that you want for your life, anything specific that you love to do, well, that is the stuff that you're going to get good at in life. And the better you become at something, well, the greater the value, the more people will latch on to that, and the greater your success becomes for other people as they observe you. You get what I'm going with? You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's a very important distinction to realize for yourself and your world. So again, what do you love to do? Figure it out if you don't know. But there are things in your world, activities that you've been involved in where you're like, I wouldn't mind if this would be a career. You've had those moments, everyone has them. But usually we block them out by saying, but I can never make a living with this. Forget all that. Know that every successful person figured out what they love to do, and they're dedicating their time to doing it. And that's something that you can do as well. Now, for our final point, Don't get me wrong, it's totally fine to enjoy other people's creations. You know, watch TV series, movies, live streams, playing games, whatever you're into in your spare time, listening to music. They're all creations usually from other people. Maybe you're creating stuff like that already, so then you're creating something that other people can enjoy. But it's okay to enjoy other people's creations, because right now with this video, for example, you are spending your time listening to what I'm saying. That's alright. I thank you for that. I appreciate the support from anyone and everyone out there. But we do want to understand that we don't want to spend most of our time on these activities alone. We want to understand we have the power to create something good ourselves. You have that power within yourself. On an individual basis, you have an imagination. You can create a new reality. You can invent things if you really wanted to. Not all of us, including myself, really have the desire to be an inventor, but that's what an inventor does. When they create an invention, they see it in their mind and then build it in the physical world. They get everything together that needs to be in place in order to create such a thing that they see in their imagination. It shows again that imagination is the domain of all possibilities. This whole physical reality is a creation of imagination. Everything was first built in the mind through the imagination of mankind and then created in the physical world for us all to enjoy. This is something you can do as well. Again, you don't have to become an inventor of something unless you want to, but you do want to understand you can use your imagination to build a great life for yourself. So then you're not just seeing success in others, you're seeing the possibility of success within yourself through your imagination, and then you create that success for yourself, and you start to share a greater and greater version of yourself with the world. It's absolutely beautiful, because as you start doing this, ultimately you become a person that is doing stuff that other people are benefiting from, and because other people are benefiting from it, they'll start to see you as a successful person. Imagine that. You see, it's not just about being super rich that makes you successful. You might measure it that way, that success is based on wealth alone, but success is measured in many, many ways. And I think the best way to measure success for me personally is doing what you love to do and having the ability to work on it on a daily basis. Once you know what you love to do, and once you're dedicating your life to doing it every day, or at least most of your time, well, in my eyes, that's a successful person, because they don't need to be rich, or they don't need to be living some wild lifestyle with lots of expensive things around them. People are successful once they are living the life that they really love to live. You see, let that sink in. It's a beautiful thing, because most people sadly aren't living a life that they love to live. Would you love living a life where you're doing what you love to do? I'm sure your answer will be yes. But once you figure it out, once you dedicate your time to working on that, based on the ideas and concepts I shared on my previous videos, they help you understand how you can work towards that dream, well, then you're a successful person, and others will see success in you, just as you right now see success in other people around you. You see, they're living a great life. You can live a great life once you figure out what you love to do and dedicate your time to it. So the time has come to stop seeing success only in others and think they are lucky and you can't be successful. No. You can be successful once you figure out what your purpose is for this life, and then start expressing it to the world. Let it express itself with and through you. Become the instrument of its manifestation. Meaning, become consumed by your own dream and start acting according to your own unique dreams. And then, you know something? The joy that is in store for you can't be even described in words. But you will feel so much better about yourself by dedicating your life to what you absolutely love to do. Because then you realize your life actually had purpose. So many people go through this world feeling hopeless. They feel like there's no meaning to their entire existence. Why? Because they're just living somebody else's dream. They're not paying attention to their own dreams. Every human on this planet has their own unique individual dreams. And it's up to us to dare to look at those dreams within our consciousness and then express them. Give those dreams to the world. Give of ourselves to this world. And you'll live a wonderful life once you start doing that. So there you go. The main point of this video is to just remember, entertain the idea, become the star of your own movie. And remember, your movie is this current life that you're living. You can pretend it's like a movie. What role are you playing within your own movie? Are you like a side character that's just following along with other people's creations? Or are you taking up a main role, a starring role, where you're like, I'm gonna do my own thing in this world. I'm gonna create, I'm gonna dedicate my time to make an impact in my own way on planet Earth, so people can benefit from me being on this planet in my own unique way. It's a powerful thing to grasp. And you know, you have that power within yourself. Don't sell yourself short. Don't say you don't have the ability to do it. Don't say you're not lucky enough. You just need to open your mind and use your imagination to create the way towards the fulfillment of all of your dreams. And the way to do these things was explained in previous videos and in future videos yet to come. So with that being said, dear viewer, never forget that we are the dreamers.